My name is Maat. This is Maat, and this is the SANKOFA Garden. And today we're going to be speaking about making our communities better. Strategies on how to make our communities better.
Although we wish for change, it doesn't mean that everyone is ready for that change. So we cannot ignore what the current state is in those environments. So that's why when our children are young, we need to start teaching them to survive. If that's our only choice is to raise them in the projects, we need to be able to teach our young daughters not to go off with boys and to, because in my opinion, that if we choose to raise our kids in that environment, when I say choose, I mean it is a financial choice to do that, because anybody can get out. Okay, I know people that got out. So if you chose to lay there and allow your kids to be raised in that environment, you must teach them survival skills. I had somebody that used to walk my son to the bus stop every day because I had to be to work so early when he was in kindergarten. I still remember that lady. Her name was Melanie. She died this year. And every day she would come and walk him all the way till he got out of elementary school, because she did not want to see him walk alone. And if we had a community like that, Rhonda Swiffer, we used to give her a ride to the food bank. She didn't have no food. She didn't have no way to get food stamps or nothing. We used to make sure that her children ate while she was going through addiction. And when she got clean, she did a lot for the community, but we all lived in the housing project together. We all lived together. Our kids were all small. I got up out of there. They got up out of there, but those are my fondest memories. We had more people like that. If we had more people like that, or Mr. Al that taught my son how to play baseball. I didn't have nobody around, but they don't have people like that. Al was Melanie's husband. He wound up dying of gang violence. Somebody killed him. He was never in a gang. He would always work. They were good stand-up people. Lived right in the hood. But you know what? This is the thing. There's not enough Al's. There's not enough Melanies, and that's the problem. Had there been people like that, it would have helped a lot more. But people just want to mind their business and do for their own. And that's the problem. You know what I mean? That's the problem. You got to start somewhere. Each one teach two.
What are some of the realistic issues we have?
And what are some of the realistic issues that we're having? Probably the same ones that you see. I mean, the main one is we mind our business. What do you think that I mean by we mind our business too much? What's wrong with minding our business? Should we mind our business if we live in a dangerous community? What's wrong with that? We tend our own lawn and we let the other one turn brown. We live in a whole environment. We live in a whole field, and we're just tending that tiny part of the yard because it's our business. We're not watching out for weeds in the other yard. Coming together as a whole, a collaborative effort. That's what I was talking about. We need minding your business. You just tending your own lawn. What about everybody else's lawn that you live around? What about the other black woman suffering, the other black man suffering? Turn a blind eye on crime. We turn a blind eye on crime all the time. I mean, we see somebody doing it, but how does that benefit us? It doesn't. We gotta stop minding our business when it comes to things that matter, and mind our business. Make it our business to greet people, because if we don't, they don't matter. Just like anybody else, they don't matter. They're matterless, A deeper meaning of that is that if you are a child and you live in a household where both your parents are crack addicts, you got two parents that are crack addicts and they don't talk to you, they haven't been home for 8 days, you go outside and you sit on the curb after eating a mayonnaise sandwich, and then you see somebody walk by and they don't say nothing, another person walks by, you begin to be what?
Invisible?
You become to be invisible, and then you also, the next person who says hello, which may not have a good intention, You might be a little girl, 13 years old. Here come a D-boy in a fast car. Hey, girl, you look so good. Guess what? You're going to get right in. Because why? Because you're starving for somebody to at least reach you, make you feel seen. It opens up access to no good people. Because that girl was in that house by herself eating a mayonnaise sandwich, and now she's over there eating a steak dinner with a no good person that means her no good, just because all these people could have passed by and say, hey, how are you doing? The neighbor who has kids and a husband could have said, hey, you want to come over for dinner, but didn't. Why? Because they too busy talking about what she got going on. Her parents are both crackheads. Look at her sitting on that porch. And that's the reality of the hood, is we're minding our business.
Mm-hmm.
We're minding our business, right? Oh, just mind your business. I don't want you around my kids. As long as my kids come out okay, that's all that matters. You're tending to your own grass. This child's grown into a weed.
Mm-hmm.
We're minding our business, right? It's just the truth. What else could go wrong without greeting people? See, that's the importance of greeting people. You see where I can lead? Not reaching out.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's important that you talk to people at the level that they need to be talked to at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like me going up to you. I speak 4 different languages. I come up to you and speak Russian to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I come up to you and say nishkaba, nishkaba, what am I saying?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. In order to teach the community, you have to come down to certain people levels. Maybe you don't. Maybe this man don't know what you're saying to him. Maybe you got to make him feel it. See, a good person, a good speaker makes you feel them. A good writer makes you feel it. Not just see it or hear it. They make you feel it. You got to come down to their level. So all these people are real judgmental. Oh, don't say that. Don't use that term. Don't use slang. Sometimes you have to reach these people. And once they're reached, you can take them out and show them a different way. But you can't do that unless you reach them. If I'm saying nishkarpa, what am I saying? You might get mad by the fact, nishkaba. You know? Mm-hmm. And I could be saying something kind. It's a foreign language to them. The same thing with somebody on drugs. It's a foreign language. If you go over there, hey, don't you want to feed your child? What's wrong with you? Why you don't come at somebody like that? Hey, you have to come to their level. You know they're going to sell meat. That's why you bring the child out to nurse the child. And you work a certain way because you got to come to people on their level. You can't go in there and expect them to know what you're saying. But it's not worth you giving up. If your neighbor is struggling, and your neighbor could be way across the country. If you know that somebody black is struggling and they are a part of you, you got to help. But you got to know your limits. You got to know when to give up. Because some people, you might help them. You think you helping them, they're using you. Oh, well, I'm gonna help this person. Oh my God, I'm gonna help them. Let me help them. If they ain't doing it for themselves, you gotta step away. You gotta give to them. Once they start taking it, give them a little bit more. But come to them at their level, right?
What's your example?
I had a neighbor that was real dirty. Like, I'm talking about stuff everywhere. It was out in the front of her yard. I didn't come in and say, hey, you clean this up, this and that. No. I came in her level.
How'd you do that?
So what I did was, this first I invited her over, and I stood with her, and I talked with her. I became friends with her. Then I came in her house one day. I didn't judge her. I sat right down. And as I sat down, I started talking to her, but I started straightening things up. She felt the comfort of that area. And then we moved on and on. And it came to her level by showing her smallly how to do it. I didn't come to her, I didn't judge her. I came to a level where I knew that she would feel comfortable. Then it came into me teaching her how. We're like, oh, so how do you normally clean the stove? I came to her and I told her that. And she said, oh, I said, oh, you ever use these? These are good. And it showed her something. And it escalated from there. And when I say she kept a clean house after that, she kept a clean house after that. And you know what happened from that? She had a daughter, and her daughter has an extremely clean house. So I didn't only change her, but I changed her daughter's life. And her daughter has grandkids. She has grandkids, and her daughter has a kid now. And her daughter's kid's room is real neat and clean. I've been to their house. So that's what the example is. You have to come to someone on their level, because taking somebody and showing them, hey, this is what, it's not going to work, because they're going to think you're judging them. You got to come down to some people's level. Sometimes it takes asking questions to make someone think. Sometimes it takes you, maybe somebody never gave them the opportunity to do something. Like, say you got a black man that's never had a place to live. How do you know that no one has ever gave him the opportunity of having a place of his own to live? So maybe if you show him what it is like, then maybe he might be able to do it himself. But it takes you trying to reach out to them on their own level. You know, trying to reach out to our people on our own level is hard, because people have pride, and people have, you know, maybe they realize they can't get, and they've been, you know, they can't recover from a loss that they took years ago, but they can. Sometimes it takes you just going to their level and say, hey, let's do this together. Let me take you down here and let you show me what you got, because I ain't got nothing. Sometimes it takes tough love, but whatever level they're on, you gotta come to their level. Sometimes it means you gotta be around things that you don't want to be around. People smoking weed, people drinking.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gotta drink and smoke weed, but sometimes it takes you to be around them, to get to know them, so that you can help to be that change in their life. Mm-hmm. Because you might be the only way that they have out. And not to talk down on people or be judgmental, or show them what you got, but show them what they got inside of them. And that's a huge part of coming to their level, because you're showing what they got for them. You're not doing it for you. You don't have no reason to do it. You're doing it for them. Mm-hmm. And that's what I like about coming to people on their own level. We plan to have meetings in the community, so we can try to get some of this stuff into play, because we believe it's important. My name is Moon. My husband's name is Ramin. And we're here in the SANKOFA garden. Bye.
Build power inside your community. The knowledge that you acquire here, you must bring back to the black community to benefit that community.